Hey there, it's Jenae and Kyle.
And it's story time.
And today we're going to tell you about some embarrassing stories that happened to us in school.
So one of the most embarrassing things that ever happened to me was when I was in preschool. Our whole class went on a field trip, and at the end of it I was really tired because all you did during the field trip was basically walk around the whole time. So I was like, with my mom and with her friend, and they both, ironically enough, had the same jacket on. And I was too tired to actually look up to see which one was which, so I was like, I'll just guess. Basically standing there like this. And I chose the wrong one. So I ended up hugging this kid's mom. And I was like, oh god, 50-50 chance. And of course, I choose the wrong one. It was not my mom, so I ended up running to the car, almost in tears. Lee just laughed it off, but of course, I was embarrassed.
So one time when I was in preschool, it was story time. And the teacher was just reading away and I had to go to the bathroom. And I decided I gotta listen to the story. So the student helper realized that I needed to go to the bathroom. Little did she know, I already pooped my pants. Because when you're a little kid, you just want to listen to stories. Much like this video.
My next embarrassing moment was when I was in kindergarten. So I accidentally wore 2 pairs of underwear. Don't know how that happened, must have been really tired that morning. But I decided when I used the class bathroom that I would take off the extra pair in there and leave them in there. Not a good choice. I'm so sorry for whoever found those, even though they were clean.
One time in 2nd grade, for some reason, I threw up all over the place. While sitting in class, not even feeling like I had to throw up. And much to my surprise, and everyone else's, it looked like ravioli. I've never eaten ravioli in my life at that point, so I'm not sure why it looked like that. Everyone thought that I threw up ravioli all over the table, and no.
In 6th grade, we all had to share lockers. It was kind of the thing. So I had to share a locker with this girl who I knew, but we weren't really friends. We didn't really get along. But her mom wanted her to have her own locker for whatever reason. Don't know how she did it, but she ended up getting her daughter her own locker, which means I got my own locker too, so thank you for that. And she came up to me, she's like, it's not because we don't like you. And I was like, oh, I didn't think that was, it's not because we don't like you, but it's not because we don't like you. Obviously because you guys don't like me. So that was pretty embarrassing.
So one time when I was in 10th grade, me and my friend were walking around the hallways. So the athletic director realized that we were just roaming the halls and wondered what class we were supposed to be in. So we made up a story that we were in a class on the other side of the school. And he watched us walk all the way down the hallway to a class that we weren't even in. Thank you, athletic director. What a fun time that was.
In 9th grade, how you try to dress to impress, and there's a lot of pressure on you to be a certain way because you have just started high school. Well, I always had the pressure to be more tan because everyone else was going tanning, and I was never one of those people that went tanning, so I ended up trying a foundation that made me look a little darker, and then kept going darker and darker until I looked completely orange. Now my friends didn't tell me, my family didn't tell me. So there was this girl who I didn't really know that well, but she ended up telling my brother, you do know your sister is orange, right? She looks like a clementine. So that was basically my nickname for the rest of the year. Clementine. It wasn't even good enough to be considered an orange. I was the off-brand of an orange. Clementine. Some kid in the hallway told me, I didn't know Halloween was coming early this year. I was like, it's not. Make sure your foundation matches the rest of you.
So one time when I was in 11th grade, me and my friend were walking around the hallways, blowing bubbles. We were supposed to be in class, and I had just met this girl, and we're like, let's just blow bubbles in the hallway. Bubbles. No one probably even knew who I was, so they were probably like, who the heck is this kid? And as we were just minding our business, blowing bubbles, like you should at school, an old lady yelled at us. Sorry, old lady, didn't mean to upset you. Bubbles.
So when we moved, when I was in 10th grade,
and I was in 11th grade,
nobody sat with us at lunch.
People always gave us weird looks.
People asked me why I didn't sit in front of the classroom.
Why didn't you? People thought we were from a different country.
Well, that's embarrassing. Well, that's it for embarrassing story time. And if you have any embarrassing stories that have happened to you at school, comment them down below.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and hit subscribe. because we post videos every Sunday and Advice Fridays once a month.
And be sure to check out all of our social media links down below.
Because everybody needs a little J and K in their lives.